Okay, so today's class we are looking at area and perimeter and problem solving. Here is our first example. A rectangle is 4 meters and 35 centimeters long, and then its width is 3 meters and 32 centimeters long. What is the area of this rectangle? So the first thing we have to do is we're given two different units here. We're given meters and we're given centimeters. So the first thing we have to do is make sure our units are the same. So let's just review here. So let's say we want to keep our units in meters. So let's change the 35 centimeters. Let's change that to meters. All right, so centimeters to meters, 1, 2, we're moving 2 to the left. So 1, 2, our decimal place will go there. So that makes it 0.35 meters. Next, we know 3 meters and 32 centimeters, so same thing, 32 centimeters. Let's change that to meters. So again, centimeters to meters, you're moving 2 to the left, so that is 0.32 meters. All right, so we've changed the units. All our units are now in meters. So if it's 4 meters and 0.35 meters long, so therefore 4.35 meters, that is its length. Next, its width was 3 meters and 32 centimeters, so 3 plus 0.32, which is 3.32. And again, that's meters. So now we have the two dimensions of our rectangle. What is the area of the rectangle? Area of a rectangle is length times width. So therefore, our length was 4.35, and then we're multiplying by our width, which is 3.32. And again, that's in meters. So just put that in your calculator, and we get 14.442 meters squared. Okay. So for this example, 1 liter of paint should cover 50 meters squared of surface area. And if the basement is 15.5 meters by 10.5 meters, how many liters of paint must a person buy to cover the basement floor? So the first thing we have to do is figure out the area, which is length times width for a rectangle. So 15.5 times 10.5. That will give me the area, which is 162.75 meters squared. All right, next we know that 1 liter of paint covers 50 meters squared. So I'm going to use ratios. Okay, so 1 liter of paint covers 50 meters squared of surface area. We know our area is 162.75 meters squared, and we have to solve for that, is how many liters. So cross multiplication, just a review of ratios here. 1 times 162.75 will divide by 50, and that gives me the liters. It's 3.255 liters, but because paint is going to be sold as liters, 3 liters will not be enough, so we'll just have to up that up to buying 4 liters so that we have enough paint to cover that basement. Okay, a parcel of land is in the shape of a parallelogram. The base is 380 meters, the height is 52 meters, and its sides are 120 meters. Find the area of the parcel of land and then the cost of fencing this parcel if the fence material costs $2.95 per meter. The cost of fencing that land. So two parts. So let's start by drawing a diagram. So it's a parallelogram, so it's like a tilted rectangle. So there's a parallelogram. We're told that the base is 380 meters, so this is the base. And this is how we have the height is like this. The height is 52 meters, so that goes right in there. And then our sides are 120, so we know these two are going to be the same as 380 meters. And then this side is 120 meters, which will be the same as that side. All right, so go ahead. I'll give you guys a moment to try and figure out the area of the parcel of land. Keep in mind the area of a parallelogram is base multiplied by altitude. If you guys don't remember that, that's a quick reminder. Area of a parallelogram is altitude times base. Don't use this side here. It is altitude or height multiplied by base. All right, and this makes that 90-degree angle like that. So we have area equals altitude, which is its height, multiplied by base. So 52 multiplied by 380. That will give me the area of this parallelogram. That's 19,760 meters squared. All right, but part B, we're looking at the cost of fencing. So the fencing is the area or the length outside of the area here. So we're looking for perimeter. All right, so the perimeter of this parcel of land, we have to add up all the sides. You can use the formula, which is 2 times 380 plus 2 times 120. All right, so 2 times 380, that gives me 760. And then 2 times 120 is 240. Now we can add that together. And that's 1,000. Okay, perimeter is a linear measurement, so it's 1,000 meters. The next part of part B is how to figure out the cost. We know it's $2.95 per meter, so per 1 meter. And we need to figure out what is the cost for 1,000 meters. So that is what we're solving for, x there. So cross multiplication, 2.95 times 1,000 divided by 1. That gives me my answer here of $2,950. All right, so that will be the cost to fence that parcel of land. All right, so the next part is looking at these types of word problems. So in some instances, the perimeter or area of a quadrilateral four-sided shape will be given, and you have to find the length, the base, the width, or some other dimension. So let's take a look at these two examples. So this one, find the length of each side of a square if the perimeter is 57.2 millimeters. So in this case, so we have a square, and we're given its perimeter. So it's given that the perimeter is 57.2 millimeters, but we don't know the side length. Okay, and we know all four sides are the same for a square. So we can use our perimeter formula, which is P equals 4S. Our perimeter is given as 57.2, and it's equal to 4S. We are solving for S. So using our algebra, we're going to divide by 4 on both sides, and that will give me my answer of S. So therefore, 57.2 divided by 4, it's 14.3. that is in millimeters. All right, so this next one, we have to find the width of a rectangle. The perimeter is given to us as 86 centimeters, and the length is given to us as 30 centimeters. So just drawing diagram. So perimeter is 86 centimeters, and the length is 30 centimeters. We need to figure out the width. All right, so using our formula for perimeter of a rectangle, perimeter is 2L plus 2W. So we know our perimeter. Perimeter is 86. We know our length. It's 30, so 2 times 30. And then plus 2W. W is what we're going to solve for. So here, 2 times 30, that's 60. 60 plus 2W. This looks like a type 2 equation when we were doing algebra. We're going to subtract by 60 on both sides. I'm kind of running out of room. I'm just going to move up to here. 86 minus 60, that's 26. So 26 is equal to 2W. And the last thing we have to do is divide by 2 on both sides. And that will give me my W. 26 divided by 2, that's 13. 13 centimeters is equal to the width. Okay, so for this example, we have to figure out the length. We are given perimeter and we are given width. All right, so perimeter is 2L plus 2W. We're given perimeter 96. Length is what we need to find. Width is given to us. It is 16. All right, so 96 is equal to 2L plus 2 times 16 here, which is 32. All right, it looks like a type 2 equation. We need to solve for L. So we're going to subtract 32 on both sides. 96 minus 32, that is 64, equals to 2L. We're solving for L. We'll divide by 2 to get rid of the 2 there. And that gives me my answer of 32 meters is equal to the length. All right, so that gives us our length. On together as a class. So a square field needs 63.4 meters of fencing. How long is each side of this field? All right, so it is a square. So we know it's perimeter because it needs fencing. So that's perimeter. So perimeter is 63.4 meters. And I'll just draw a square. So all 4 sides are the same. For perimeter, it is 4S, and we know it's 63.4 is equal to 4S, so we just have to divide by 4. All right, 63.4 divided by 4, that's 15.85 meters. Okay, that is equal to the side length of the square. Okay, the next example is a rhombus. Find the altitude of a rhombus if its area is 5,698 units squared and its base is 154 units. This one then, area of a rhombus is its altitude multiplied by the base. We're given the area is 5,698 units squared. Altitude is what we're trying to find. Our base is given to us as 154. So all we have to do to figure out A is we just have to divide by 154 on both sides. Okay, that'll leave me with my answer for A. So 5,698 divided by 154, and that gives me 37. Okay, so that is our altitude of that rhombus. All right, last example that we're looking at here. Find both the area of a cement sidewalk that is 1 meter wide around a rectangular swimming pool, 15 meters by 12 meters, and the cost of painting the sidewalk if it costs 75 cents per meter squared to paint the cement. So I've drawn, or I have a figure here showing the swimming pool as the inner rectangle, and then the outer rectangle is showing that cement sidewalk that is 1 meter wide. So we know our swimming pool is 15 meters by 12 meters. And then we know that the sidewalk is 1 meter wide around. Okay, so that means it's 1 meter here plus another meter here. And then when we're looking at the width, it's an extra meter there and an extra meter there. So what we can do to solve this is figure out the area of this whole rectangle. Then we can subtract out the area of the swimming pool. That'll leave us with the area of just the sidewalk. Then we can figure out the cost to paint the sidewalk. So the first thing we'll do is calculate the area of the whole area here, including the swimming pool and the sidewalk. So we'll just call that area total for that rectangle. So that's going to be 17 meters times 14 meters. And that gives me 238 meters squared. All right, then we can figure out the area of the pool, and that's going to be 15 by 12. And that is 180 meters squared. So if we take the area total, subtract out the area of the swimming pool, so we're just going to subtract, that will leave me with 58 meters squared. That leaves me with the area of the sidewalk. So this is the area of the cement sidewalk. So the area of the cement sidewalk is 58 meters squared. All right, that's the first part, was to find the area of the cement sidewalk. The next part is to figure out the cost of painting the sidewalk. So for that, we can, you can set it up as a ratio. It costs 0.75 per meters squared. We need to figure out the cost of 58 meters squared. We'll just call that X. So just cross multiplication, and 58 times 0.75, that's $43.50. All right, so there's the two answers we needed for that problem. All right, so I'm going to pause here for today